Greetings, dear Aries. This one is for you. That's you here, okay, Aries? This is Tarot Lumination with your December 2018 mini generic love and relationship report. For the regulars, you know the drill. Watch for your sun, moon, and rising, especially if they're all different, and then reinterpret to suit yourself. Do the cross-watching for a significant other. That can really add some insight. Also, invite your invisible friends, your angels, your guides, your guardians, all of it, both, okay? And we're going to use, like we do, the Tarot Lumination Crucible spread. It's on the understanding that there's you, Aries, there's a significant other, and there's a third entity called the relationship itself. And that relationship is what I consider here to be the crucible. A crucible is a bowl type of structure that's used in science to withstand intense alchemical pressures that happen in science experiments. It's the same thing with human beings. We have this crucible structure type of thing in a relationship, where in a conscious relationship, both parties are aware of that. And they conduct everything through the relationship, knowing that it's almost like a family business. Like, oh, we have a relationship, okay? I'm in a relationship with you. You are in a relationship with me. Well, what is this thing, the relationship? Well, we own it. And consciously, you would do all the repairs and maintenance and investing, just like you had a really valuable business, okay? I'm not trying to take away the love and the romance, but it helps to allow for the third entity, okay? No jumpers, no flyers, no oracles, no reversals. Sorry, not enough time, room, and I don't like reversals anyway. I don't believe in them. So there you go. The cards were already even shuffled, well shuffled, before we even started recording. Before we actually get into the cards, I got a bit of stuff I want to show you guys. I'm just doing it with everybody now, okay? So please bear with me. Regulars, please be patient. These are just generic dates and information for everyone. December 2018. And for you, Aries, December the 16th, new moon in Sagittarius, Mercury now direct in Sagittarius, okay? Jupiter in Sagittarius. That's a lot of energy in your ninth house. So that's really, really sweet for you. This is very harmonious, very good news for you, very uplifting, exciting. It's almost too much in some ways. Next events is the December 21st, the sun enters Capricorn, and it's the winter solstice. Also on the 22nd, right after, is the full moon in Cancer. Now, it's kind of a choppy month, especially for Aries and any of the cardinal signs, because some of these events are happening right on the cusp points, the 0 points, very tight degrees like 29, 30, 0, 1, and 2 degrees. So it's the energy is very, very strong, and it might be very hard to navigate. You know, exciting, but like sailing, sports sailing in very strong winds in choppy water. Be very careful. The next thing is with this big shift of Jupiter into Sagittarius, it's a year-long journey. It's just started. I feel big shifts in energy as Mars squares off with Jupiter. Mars is going through Pisces the whole month in a hard square with Jupiter. So any challenge, any aspect with Jupiter is good, even the hard squares. My feeling is it translates like this. Personally, it's like this. It's an expansion of spiritual awareness through challenges to our most deeply buried secrets and wounds. And I think it's especially acute for you guys, Aries. I'm going to show you in a minute. Give me a second here. Actually, let's go to the generic stuff, and I'll come back to this in a moment, okay? Tarot Lumination membership, please check it out. It's a very important new thing for the channel, and it's really helping. We've already got a few members started, but we're trying to grow and grow and grow to create stability and abundance over here, because what's better for Tarot Lumination is better for you guys. It is really, really important. Check the links below so you really understand what we're doing here at Tarot Lumination. It isn't just tarot, okay? Next, consider the first Friday group healing event. The next one is December 7th, and the next one is January the 4th. Check the links below. Shopping, merch, silk scarf, books, personal readings, songs, Sunday night lives. Check the links below. Okay, thank you for that. So This is the Tarot Lumination Astro Doodle for Aries for December. It's a collage. It's not a moving thing. I just highlighted the key dates. There's the December 6th Sag New Moon. Beautiful stuff on its own. However, it's highly challenged by Mars. So that's where that comes out with the spiritual awareness. And this is coming from your house of self-undoing, the house of self-sabotage, the house of open enemies. So you can see, you'll get a chance to, because this is going to get really shaken up, you'll get a chance to discover your own self-undoing and how you are allowing others to undo you as well, and getting more clarity and understanding. My feeling, I also want to add with this, is that my analogy I've been using through all the reports is about like being fog-bound at San Francisco airport, the most fog-bound, delayed airport on the planet. When one fog event happens, it can disrupt so many flights and have a ripple effect. You know, cancellations and delays can affect one flight, and then that affects the next flight and the next flight, especially if it's connecting flights. It's can be very hard to navigate in those conditions, so please allow for that. Over here, again, please be patient. I'm going to get to the cards in a moment. Venus is going through Scorpio, okay? Your 8th house of deep intimacy, shared resources. So you're going to feel that some way with a significant other, somehow, at the very, very depth of your soul, how you merge with them, including financial merging, okay? Over here, you're going to get a huge, huge lift in consciousness, conscious awareness, like being on a much higher level, seeing your whole life, the whole world from a much higher altitude, much broader perspective, very exciting, uplifting. And you're at the same time going to see, oh my gosh, now I can see how I undo myself and how other people's have undone me. Oh my gosh. So you get awareness the hard way. It's still good though. Now, the 21st and the 22nd, my feeling is that those are very challenging days for you because they're right on the cusp here, and Uranus is right on the cusp here, and it's just going to be kind of awkward. Let's just put you over here on the cusp, for example. You could see this as a hard square, hard T-square if you want. So please allow for that. As sweet as this Sagittarius energy is for you, some of these aspects are actually quite challenging, especially towards the end of the month, okay? Please allow for that, especially in the context of relationship, okay? Let's get to it. All right. Thank you for your indulgence for all the regulars, and I hope for the newbies that you got some kind of sense out of it. We're using the crucible spread. There's you, Aries, there's the significant other, and then there's the relationship itself. We just talked about that earlier. Cards are well shuffled in advance, no jumpers, no flyers, no oracles, no reversals. So we're pretty much ready to go here. All right. Let's cut it up. Bless every single card in the deck. Bless you, Aries, for being here and choosing Tarot Lumination. Excuse me, I'm going to recut that whole thing. I lost it there for a moment. Just want to make sure we're all upright. Yes. Okay. Thank you so much for your patience. I want to say that again. Here we go. We're going to cut it up properly now. Bless the cards. Bless the whole deck. Bless you, Aries, for being here. Bless Tarot Lumination and the whole brand and the whole phenomenon and the cameras and the electricity and the platform for that so that we can do this at all. It's an amazing thing we have here. Okay, what are you radiating? Think of yourself as a cell phone or a tower or something like that, a beacon. What are you transmitting? What are you receiving? Okay, you are a transceiver, even in the aspects of love, sometimes especially in love. What are they transceiving? What are you transceiving from the heart and core of you? What are they transceiving from the heart and core themselves? What about at the core of the relationship itself? I hope you see here the crucible. This is the bowl structure in which the relationship is conducted. What is this looking like? Is it solid? Is it grounded? You got 4 legs, 2 legs, and wobbles? Is it flexible and comfortable? Does it allow for movement? Is it strong enough to endure the really challenging periods? Is it brittle? What is it? Anyway, over here, we're going to look at the thing that you guys are growing together. Think of it as a business. You invest in the relationship and each other. in a conscious relationship. Over here, we're going to look at circumstantial energies, environmental influences, and call it the weather. So we're having a look at this. This is a Seven of Pentacles. So to me, this is a really, really excellent opportunity for evaluation, self-evaluation, evaluation of the other, evaluation of the relationship, where you guys, you in particular, remember this is not a couples reading, it's all about you, Aries. We're allowing for the reflections coming into the relationship from a significant other. So it's really, really, really good opportunity of circumstantial, like perfect weather for you to discover your true value, your true values, your true wealth to yourself, including self-love, how awesome you really are, and also at the same time to discover anything and everything that is impeding the growth of your wealth and abundance. It's very, very important to know that. A lot of pathways to happiness are to do with removing obstacles. It isn't just about chasing the highs. I want this, I need more love, I need more passion, I need more money, more cars, whatever. It's much more to do with an internal process, deep, deep soul cleaning, very much. You could even say it's very much to do with this aspect here, where you're discovering, oh my gosh, now I'm seeing my whole life and myself and my relationship from a much higher, broader perspective with greater wisdom, knowledge, forgiveness, and understanding. And I can see now where all the weeds are, where all the contamination lies, all the self-undoing I've brought upon myself that I've allowed to come to me from others. Oh no, oh no, oh no. But that's good. That's good news, okay? So don't be scared of that. It's really good to know what are the obstacles. What are the obstacles to your happiness? Okay, what are you radiating here? Okay, this is a very beautiful card of healing. Okay, it's the Temperance card. My feeling is that in some kind of strange way, I think that the Jupiter and Sagittarius energy is very beneficial for you in terms of like helping you have a much greater understanding of yourself, which has a ripple effect on the significant other, which has a ripple effect on the relationship. And all of this is in a state of flux right now. In other words, there is a part of you which is deep, deep, deeply in the need of healing. Deep, deep soul healing, especially the type of healing that can only occur in the context of an intimate, loving relationship. And that's just how it is over here at Tarot Lumination. You can get so much healing from so many sources, chiropractors, massage, yoga therapy, Pilates, your primary care doctor, physician, intern, whatever. But there are certain types of healing at the very, very, very depths that can only occur in the context of deep, loving relationship. And that's where we actually focus a lot of energy here on Tarot Lumination anyway. So Aries, you're in the right place, okay, for this level of understanding. There is a part of you which is acting and operating as though you are a divine healer, like an instrument of the healing power of love. And at the same time, you are a receiver of the healing power of love. Due to this relationship, some way, shape, or form or other. No matter how scary the cards might look or not, there's something very profound and beautiful happening to you and in you and with you, and it impacts pretty much, I think, the whole world around you, your whole environment. And you're seeing it. I think what's happening is you are allowing yourself to be healed in ways that have never happened before. You've never had the opportunity for this before. What are they doing over here? Okay, well, with the Ten of Swords, my feeling there's like a, to me it's almost like a revelation where they're starting to see like the parts of themselves that they need to know about themselves too in the relationship, and they're getting that bounce back from you. Like, you're just being you. Okay, Aries, you're just being who you are and how you have to be, and no apologies for that. Okay, this is not a couples reading. Okay, this is another entity over here, a person, and you're being you. So my feeling is with the Ten of Swords here, a lot of people see this as the card of ruin. So they might be radiating the energy that maybe they see ruin. Maybe they see ruination for themselves. Maybe they feel ruined in the relationship. Maybe they feel the relationship is ruined. Maybe they feel that they have ruined you and brought damage. And maybe they feel that you have brought damage to them. Either way, there's a sense of ruination. And how it's not acceptable. It's to the point where it's no longer tolerable. The body cannot handle it anymore. The body can only take so many wounds before it just basically you're tapped out. So you might be relating with someone over here, Aries, who's reached a culmination of where they can't take it anymore. There's something inside of them which is in some ways utterly broken, and maybe it's going to come to the surface later in the month. Now, are you going to be a healer to them? Or is this going to have a backlash effect on you? We don't know that yet. But there's something very, very damaged and broken about the significant other here. And maybe that's why they're with you. Maybe they need the healing. Maybe there's something very tragic here, and there's like an ending. They might see perhaps an ending in the structure of the relationship as it is, and maybe something good has to come out of it because it can't get any worse. Okay, if there are certain aspects of your relationship that are coming out, that are being exposed here as intolerable, that are complete obstacles to your abundance and growth, then that looks like it's going to be exposed, and maybe they are seeing that in themselves. Maybe they are seeing themselves as an obstacle that is going to be, let's say, weeded out or deleted. So who knows? Let's have a look. Over here, what are you radiating? Okay, another serious power card, okay? With the Magician here, I think this is it's like you are determined. This is a very strong determination for you to take full advantage of the environment, of the situation, of these passing moments, of the amazing abundance for you with this Sagittarian energy. It's really, really good for you. And at the same time, the choppy weather that's happening over here on this axis in relationship. What is happening here at the foundations of your life in your home setting, for example, and how is that affecting you out there in your career, out in the world, the way you conduct yourself into the world, okay? That's something to think about late in the month. You might get a big awakening there. And that will happen in the context of relationship, just right there on the full moon, okay? So, think of that as a weather. Be very aware of what's happening around the, 21st, 22nd, 23rd, and actually the build up to those days, the 20th and so on. So with the Magician here, my feeling is that you are determined to tap in to anything and everything that you've got at your disposal, all your talents and gifts and resources, anything and everything that's out there is fair game for you to use to your advantage for your own best outcomes, okay? And somehow or other swirling your power over this. If you have to elevate yourself to the point where it's almost like you are like the embodiment of healing energy, or you are the embodiment of soaking up deep, powerful healing energy, and you're allowing that to happen by exposing the portals, exposing all of this. You have to reveal it to heal it with Lumination. It might be that there is so much contamination here in your world, your life, your relationship, that it is really stinking things up to be unbearable, and it's being reflected back to you. Maybe they're not showing it or expressing it, but inside of them, they might be feeling very devastated and ruined. Don't take it personally, okay, Aries? They're just being them. You need to be you, okay? And whatever needs to be exposed needs to be exposed. And please allow for that, okay? And let's have a look. What are they radiating over here? Okay, well, with the... Excuse me, hold on. Okay, I just got to check something with the cameras. Sorry about that. With the Knave of Swords here, there is, to me it feels over here, I have to tell you, Aries, that they're at a point where there's something inside of them which is going to crack. They are at a point of cracking. You are maintaining your integrity, your dignity, healing and being healed simultaneously, which means having to be very, very, very gracious and respectful of the other and the relationship itself. But my feeling here is with the cards that are showing up for the significant other, at some point, this other is going to crack and call it out. Like, it's basically saying, like, I don't want to put a big stain on the month over here for you, Aries, but it's just like, we need to talk. Seriously, we need to talk. I can't take this anymore. There's something going on, and I am going to be the truth vigilante. If I have to, I'm going to say something. I need to find out what the truth is, what is going on here, and I'm sorry if it disrupts things or knocks down altars of understanding and belief and structures that have, let's say, outlived their value or truthfulness or their integrity. Then that's what has to be done, because it's like, I am sick of this. This is so painful, whatever it is. Maybe whatever it is that they are suffering in their relationship with you, I have a feeling something is going to happen. It's going to be called out in some way, or at least they would like to. They would seriously, seriously like to have a heart-to-heart conversation. Get this thing out on the table, because this is unbearable. At some point, this is so hard. This is so unbearable that the only way out is to basically expose it. Expose it for what it is, and then you can deal with it. It decompresses everything. It takes out all the fear and removes all the stress and the pain, okay? And I have a feeling that they would really like that to happen. Okay, let's have a look. And that actually might be what is happening over here with the this hard square, the super hard square with Mars to Jupiter and all that Sag energy, and because this is very, very disruptive. This Mars is going through your house of self-undoing for the whole month, so it's really stirring things up. It's really, really agitating things. So again, Aries, it's a very mixed month for you, like the fog bound. There's a lot of shifting and changing here. It's great when the fog lifts, but it means you have to recalibrate everything. So this is where the fog is happening, okay? The 12th house, Pisces, but it's really stirred up. It's like a seriously turbulent fog event. Very, very hard to navigate, okay? But as it clears, then the things that are exposed that are not acceptable, I think will actually benefit you guys in your relationship, like having a really good heart-to-heart conversation. And then you'll see where you stand much more clearly towards the end of the month. It will be much more vividly understandable, and however uncomfortable or awkward that might be, at least you know where you stand, okay? All right, let's put that aside over here. What about at the core itself? Okay, so with the Three of Cups over here, my feeling is that if there is a calling out of truth and a desire for a truth telling, and just in order to clear the air, where if they have some kind of grievance over here, maybe they are crushed, maybe they feel crushed and it's nothing to do with you or the relationship. Maybe they're just having a tremendously challenging moment or period through December in their life, and they need to talk about it. If it is about you in the relationship, okay. And deep down, they want to clarify things. They want basically to open the gate so that healing can happen. And I think you really want that too. It's almost like, we need to make this happen. We really, really need to deal with this. And in so doing, like, it gets you to the point where, wow, let's say you actually do that. Let's say you guys have some kind of heart-to-heart talk, and things are revealed, things are opened up, and the truth about what's happening in the relationship, which you would understand, Aries, like the deep inner truths, becomes exposed. Then you have like a chance to like, oh, now I understand what's going on. Now I see where the obstacles were. Now I see what was obstructing us. Now I see everything that we have that is so amazing, that is still fertile, and we can do stuff with that. But we need to get real here. We need a lot of pruning and tucking and healing and reorganizing, just like tidying up a very neglected farm, okay? So that would be something to celebrate with the Three of Cups here. Maybe there's something at the core of the relationship that has enough strength that it can withstand the pressures that are coming onto you guys. Okay, this is my perspective, is that this is a very stressful time period for you. Okay, this is awesome, it's fantastic, but it's heavily challenged here. It's not the end of the world. It's very positive for expanding your spiritual awareness. So also, and this is the awkward thing, I should have brought this up earlier, with Uranus retrograding into Aries. Again, this could be very much to do with action replays, action rewinds about what's been happening to you over the last 7 years that was not working. You get to do the action replay in your brain, in your mind, and you realize, oh my gosh, like we are so overgrown with weeds. I am so overgrown with weeds. There's so much work to do. This is great. Once you define the situation and you can reveal it to heal it, and then you can put words to it, then you are empowered to heal. Okay, you are empowered to heal. You are empowering yourself to be healed, and the truth will set you free. Okay, and that is truly something to celebrate. It might come about very awkwardly, very uncomfortably, but it is something truly to celebrate, because then you guys know where you stand. Okay, and it looks like the relationship can handle it. It looks like you guys can handle intense pressure. So that's like, you're very lucky. Not everybody would have that. It looks like your structure, the relationship that you have, is very, very durable, so that you can withstand the pressures that happen when you feel you're like this and it's all really shaken up and they're really freaked out. They're like, I can't handle this anymore, whatever's going on. And like, you're aware of it. You know you need the healing. You're going to make it happen. You're absolutely determined. And if they have to, they will call out what needs to be. Then that's, from this indication here, that is something very profound that needs to be valued and understood in this loving relationship, that you can share that with each other and realize how lucky you guys are to have what you have, no matter the stress. Okay, so that's a beautiful thing. It doesn't mean you're like this. It doesn't mean you're like this. It just means you're kind of like this, like in lockstep together. So that's good. Like a couple that knows they have issues and they know they're going to deal with it and they know they have to. Over here, what are you growing? Think of this as a living organism. Okay, the beauty is that I think you're starting, again, from the spiritual perspective, you get to see yourselves and each other as deep, deep soulmates. Okay, and that you're discovering this through the relationship, through very, very painful, challenging processes for you and a significant other. And it almost doesn't matter about how the relationship is defined from that point onwards, because there's no question that value exists and where it will be established. But once all this overgrowth and toxic waste is being cleared up and moved away, you might have a very, very different perspective of what it is that constitutes the relationship, what it is that you value about the relationship, what it is that they value about the relationship. Especially since Venus, excuse me, that was weird. Venus is going through your 8th house of intense merger and resources here. So you might be learning this too, like, what is it we really, really value about each other? What are they really bringing to you and the relationship? What are you bringing to the relationship and the other? So it's like painful awakenings that lead you to a very loving, beautiful realization about how you have something really beautiful together that you guys share. Some way, there's some aspect about your relationship that is truly, absolutely gorgeous. And you start to realize that you are souls that were connected before and here now in this lifetime to deal with this here in the here and now. The healing happens now. Okay, there's no going back here. It's happening right now. It's very, very good for you, and it's actually very good for them too. It just might take some very stressful events to catalyze the healing processes. But it looks like you're up for it, and you're setting yourself up for it, and you're preparing yourself for the experience. Okay, well done. More strength to you, Aries. Thank you so, so much for being here, and I wish you all the best in December. Okay, bye-bye. and 2019, by the way. Bye-bye.